Hello, amazing, beautiful, and awesome Minecrafting fam, and happy, wonderful hump yay! And welcome back to the Minecrafting Doc channel. My name is Caridad, and I am your host for the mind. I am an LMHC, and I have an EDD in counseling psychology. Welcome back to my craft room. Today, before I get started, just wanted to share one of my awesome, I put it up high, one of my wonderful tools that I love, and I just wanted to share with you. This is from Diamond Press, and normally these kind of things, as you can see, do not come in these beautiful little binders, which is so organized, which is bling, all this beautiful bling, all different colors, all different sizes, and it is from Diamond Press, which I bought from HSN because I love HSN, and I just wanted to share that with you because it's amazing and awesome. So I wanted to talk to you today about something that's really complicated, and I think it's time to change that because it's important to talk about it. It's grief and loss, and I wanted to share some of my most darkest moments in my experience and the tools that I have used in order to come out of the darkness into the light, because there is always light. It's just difficult to see sometimes, and I wanted to show you that we all have these moments, whether it's grief and loss or anything we're experiencing. We have those where we're having a bad man moment where this is really tough for him. And then with the tools that we use, then this is. So we want to be here, and we can get here. There are moments where we are like this, and then with those tools, we get to this. Oh yeah, that superhero stance I talk about. It has so many perks and benefits. So I just want to talk to you a little bit about some of my grief and loss, and I'll try to do it as quickly as possible so then we can get to the tools. So when I was 19, my dad, who was a Vietnam vet, shot and killed himself after finding out he had cancer. There might have been some other things, but that's what I know and remember. In 1997, unfortunately, I had to leave the military because I got injured and could no longer be in there. That was a very difficult loss for me also, due to getting injured. In 2011, I lost complete sight of both of my eyes, and it's from that that disease that they say happens to healthy people. Took both of the sights from both of my eyes, and that was very difficult. I got some sight back, but never been the same. In 2013, my former fiance was shot and killed by his brother. I was in a very dark place then, and I will talk to you about anchors. At that time, my family and my husband, Lance, who I have tattooed here, was who brought me out of that darkness. He was truly my anchor at that moment, and my mother and my sisters. So, okay, this is not easy to talk about. Okay, so, all right. In 2015, I re-injured. I have chronic neck and back pain, and I re-injured that at work, and also injured my right arm, and I'm right-handed. And the people at the VA who I worked for were not supportive at all, and then I lost that job, and that was very difficult. In 2016, in June, my mother became paralyzed from the waist down and was admitted to the VA hospital, and that's where she remained. And if I don't know if you know, but we as a Puerto Rican and our family as Puerto Ricans, we tend to be very like this, very together, hanging out, eating at mom's house. She cooks all the time. She does all these great things. We call her for advice. There's always talking, talking, talking. Yep, we're those people always calling mom. And very tight. When mom passed away, that caused a lot of challenges and changed a lot of stuff in our lives. So she remained at the hospital. In 2016, July, my little sister was shot and killed. And then in August 2017, that's when my mother passed away. So while she was at the hospital, it made it very complicated for us. Couldn't be together like we used to be. And then she passed away. I also lost my little wonderful toy poodle. We lost Kitty. We lost Thorn, who was our bearded dragon. And this year we lost Rocco, who was my husband's amazing, wonderful, incredible, one-of-a-kind American bulldog. And we loved him so much. And in my opinion, it was quite a tragic loss when we lost him. So now I'll talk to you about some tools and some of the tools that helped me come out of that darkness. And I believe they all should be number one. So the first thing is, when you are experiencing grief and loss, it's really important, like Natalie Kogan says, to be okay with not being okay. That's the first thing, because we're not. We just had a loss. Self-kindness is key. It is so important that you are kind to yourself. And what that means is guilt. Swipe left on guilt, swipe left on guilt, swipe left. Do not at all let guilt come in. And if it does come in, it is either for you to look at something that needs to be different or you don't need to worry about, or to be discussed with what I'm going to suggest next, therapist, psychologists, psychologists and psychiatrists, mental health counselors, social workers. Anyone that you are seeing that is a therapist, continue to see. There are grief therapists that specialize specifically in grief. So please, therapy, therapy, therapy. The next thing is support. Do not close your doors. Leave them open. If you don't want to talk to people on the phone, or if you don't want to read texts, just get those texts, read them. You don't have to reply at that moment. People are understanding. They're there for you. Listen to the voicemails. That will keep you connected. Also, there are grief gurus that are out there for you to watch and listen to, like David Kessler. He has people that come on that have had experienced loss, horrific loss, and then they share with you the tools and the journeys they have taken that have led them to working on it, through it, or getting to that light, finding your flashlight in the darkness. Also, keep your anchors. This was one of my anchors. And then there were other anchors. Make sure you keep those anchors near. Those anchors are very important. So I invite you to find your light in the darkness. Grab that flashlight, it's there, and turn on that light. Because grief and loss does not have to overwhelm, and it does not have to take over. And I believe that the biggest piece that I've learned for myself and working with others is that self-kindness piece. Very important to swipe left. Very swipe left on guilt. You don't need guilt. And David Kessler says it best. When we are experiencing grief and loss, we don't need to suffer. We're already in sad mode. Why do you need to add suffering to it? And that's the guilt piece. So self-kindness is huge. One of the other tools that I use is I love Hallmark. And Hallmark to me always has all kind of therapeutic messages in them. And this is one that I love from one of the movies called Sweet Autumn. And that was in 2020. I'm going to use my little, tool here that I need to see. It says, when someone you love becomes a memory, the memory becomes a treasure. Share your treasure with the ones you love. So I am sharing a treasure with you, which was my amazing, wonderful gorgeous mom. And she gave me this a long time ago. And probably while she was still here, I just put it to the side. And I'm going to swipe left on that guilt because I'm not going to go there. I miss her and I love her. And I'm so happy that I put this somewhere safe and I found it. And I feel like that connects me to her. I just have that connection when I find these things. And she's saying, hey, I'm still connected to you, even though I'm not there for you to see. It says health bar. Ingredients: joy, hope, compassion, gentleness, and happiness. Calorie 0, fat 0, stress 0. Living in balance and purity is the highest good for you and the earth. And that's from Deepak Chopra. And then on the back, she personalized it. And that says, I'm healthy, vital, strong, and filled with happiness. I'm relationship rich, believe in miracles, and blessed with many gifts. I'm vibrant, fun, wise, and optimistic. Mom knew me well. And this health bar, so I don't gain no calories. Another wonderful tool is this book that was suggested to me by my psychiatrist, who is amazing and wonderful, Tear Soup, and shares a lot of the experience of grief, and then has many wonderful resources at the end of the book. At the end of the book, there are many resources. So I will write this book in there. In the link below, I will add David Kessler. And I just want to say thank you to all of you who've taken the time to listen. Please add your comments of any tools that you have used and know about for grief and loss. And also, thank you so much to all of you for subscribing to my channel, for giving me this whenever you get a chance, and for ringing that bell so you could be notified when I come on here and share some of these tips and tools for We Are All Mental Athletes. Thank you so much. And remember, you have a flashlight in the darkness. Take good care. Bye-bye.